Good morning. Today's lesson is 6.10. Use properties of addition. Our essential question today, how can properties help you add fractions with unlike denominators? Let's connect. You can use properties of addition to help you add fractions with unlike denominators. So looking at the commutative property, 1/2 plus 3/5 equals 3/5 plus 1/2. Same as when we did it with regular numbers, same as when we did it with decimals. The associative property, this is where, remember, when you have your parentheses. So on this one we have 2/9 plus 1/8, and then it's plus 3/8, and all we do is we move the parentheses over. So let's unlock the problem. Jane and her family are driving to Big Lagoon State Park. On the first day they travel 1/3 of the total distance. On the second day they travel 1/3 of the total distance, and then in the morning 1/6 the total distance in the afternoon. How much of the total distance has Jane's family traveled or driven by the end of the second day? So let's use the associative property. So we have 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/6. Well, if I put my 1/3s here, it'll be easy to add them, right? So if I move my parentheses there instead, and then I have my 1/6 on the end. So then I have 2/6 plus 1/6, right? Then I have 2/3 plus 1/6. And then in order to add those two together, I need to make the bottoms be the same. So I have to multiply by 2/2, which would be 4/6. So now I have 4/6 plus 1/6. And my answer is going to be 5/6. So James' family has driven 5/6 of the total distance by the end of the same day, or by the end of the second day. All right, so now let's use the commutative property. So that means just swapping. So on this particular problem, I have the 2 5/8 plus 1 2/3 plus 1 1/8. I want to swap them so that I can get the 8s to be the same on the bottom, so it's a little bit easier to add. So I'm going to change this. This is going to be 1 2/3 now, plus 2 5/8, because I just swapped those two. And then I'll keep my 1 1/8 over here. The cool thing about doing that is now I can use the associative property and I can regroup them. So I can do 2 5/8, 1 1/8, and over here I have my 1 2/3. So now, remember, you always do the parentheses first. So now I have 3 6/8 plus 1 2/3. So now I need to make the bottoms be the same because I can't add them when the bottoms aren't the same. See, this saves me from having to do it to all three numbers if I move the number over to be able to do that. So the bottom number I'm going to make on both of these is going to be 24. Okay, so this will be 1, and then there's a 3 there. So in order to make this number be 24, I'm going to need to multiply it by 3/3. 3 times 6 is 18. And on this side, I'm going to have to multiply it by 8/8. So this is going to be 16. So now I have 1 16/24 plus 3 18/24. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then 18 plus 16 is 34/24. Now 24 can go into 34, so it can go in one time, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So now I'm going to have 5, and I'm going to have 10 left over. So I'm going to have 5 and 10/24. And 2 can go into 10 and 24, so I can reduce, and I can have 5. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and 2 goes into 24 12 times. So my final answer is 5 and 5/12. So on this next one, if I use the associative property, I won't have to change all of the bottom numbers. It just makes it a little bit easier. So if I switch this to be 5 1/4 plus 3/4, okay, and then I put my 1 5/12 off to the side here, I'm going to do this part first, remember? So I'm going to have 5 4/4, also known as 6, right? Because 4/4 is a whole number. So this would be 6 plus 1 5/12. Well, that's kind of nice because 6 plus 1 is 7, and then I have my 5/12. So the answer is 7 5/12. Let's do the next one. On this one, instead of doing, I'm going to start doing commutative property. So if I swap these two numbers, so if I say 3 10s plus 1/5 plus 2/5. Now I have my 5's close together, so now I can say 3/10. Use my associative property and say 1/5 plus 2/5. Okay, so 1/5 plus 2/5 is 3/5 plus my 3/10. Now I do have to change the bottom numbers because I need them to be the same. So on this side, I multiply by 2/2. So then I'll get 3/10 plus 6/10 equals 9/10. And there's your answer. Okay, I want you to do the rest of them on your own. You can work with a partner or meet me on the carpet. If you have any questions, good luck.